We would like to thank our amazing sponsor, Touring Plans Travel. Their destination specialists are experts in smart travel and are there to help you plan an amazing Disney vacation. Whether you are looking at Disney World, a Disney cruise, or anywhere in the world, they will book you an amazing vacation and it costs you nothing. Their services are completely free, so head over to touringplans.com/travel and tell them Rope Drop Radio sent you. Now, on to the show.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to another Rope Drop Radio. Derek and Doug talking all things Disney resorts around the Magic Kingdom today, Doug.
Yes, Magic Kingdom Resort area, or monorail loop, but not quite.
Yeah, some asterisks in there a little bit, some other ones that we'll be talking about, all the great resorts that we love and some that we have never stayed at. We are going to be talking about all those in this week's episode, but first we need to give a shout out to some amazing new Patreons. Thank you, Patrick Hearn and Aaron, for joining the Rope Drop Radio community, getting the bonus episodes, swag, and all the other fun things that we have. And so thank you guys so much for supporting the show, and to all of our Patreons, thank you.
And for patrons, I have been cooking up some changes to the tiers. So watch for that in the next week or so. It will be in place before the start of September. So watch out for that. Been doing a little research on what people want and what people don't, and we're going to head more in that direction. So be advised. It's coming. It's coming.
Exciting.
Some things that have been asked for. All right. Apple reviews. We need those as well. You've been leaving a ton of them. Guess what we hit, Derek?
We hit the big 400 this week, Doug.
We did it. Milestone achieved. Now it's on to 500, right? So,
yes, let's go.
Yeah, you really get going.
But we are going to do a giveaway like we promised.
Yes, next week we'll have the contest. It will be for the coveted Rope Drop socks and the brand new Rope Drop cup.
Ooh.
We have like a Traverse style cup. It's not a Traverse. Sorry, I'm too cheap. I apologize. I actually didn't know quite what I was ordering, but I got a bunch of them. So the cup and some socks next week. Listen for that on how to win. But here is the review called Great Podcast, 5 stars by Pavalas7730.
We need more vowels in this name, but
yes. Plavas. I don't know. I came across this podcast after my trip to Disney World last fall. It is one of my favorite podcasts and can't wait for a new episode every week. Excellent review.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you all 400 people who have left a review for our show. It means a lot to us. Keep them coming because we'll keep doing things. 400, 500, who knows, maybe 1,000 someday, Doug.
That's right. And so next week's show that they're looking forward to, there's a contest. More stuff.
Yes.
And speaking of things, we have a trip coming up, in case you didn't know, if you're
a couple weeks away.
Yeah. September 11th through the 14th. On the 11th, we have the Galactic Hero Challenge at 4 o'clock at the Magic Kingdom. The next day, the 12th, we're at La Cava around 5, and then we're drinking and eating our way around the world. Hopefully no forks will be ingested. And then on the 13th in the morning, we have a Trumpet Squid sighting outing. We'll meet by the Dockside Diner at 10-ish, and then go get in line.
Got it.
Yeah, you got it. It's an expedition. And then that night, we are going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which if you haven't gotten tickets, they're sold out. So who saw that
Also,
coming?
I am glad I got my tickets when I did, Doug. You were like, hey, you're back from your trip, Derek. You got to get these. And I booked them. And then all of a sudden you're like, did you get them? I'm like, yeah. And you're like, good, because it's sold out. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, hopefully everybody that was planning on going got them, because I didn't think it was selling out.
Nope.
And then the last morning.
How much money is Disney making on these things? Anyway, that's
it's compounding money. I don't know. The last morning, we will be rope dropping in the Magic Kingdom. Then at 10 a.m., we'll meet up at Gaston's
for a cinnamon roll,
where the extra icing is on us. Just remember to ask.
Shots on me.
Yeah. All right. That's our trip. And also, last week on the regular show, on Derek's Trip Report, we had a contest where you had to comment on social media about the favorite part of Derek's trip.
A lot of great things, by the way. Thank you guys so much for listening and commenting. A lot of people saying, hey, bringing back the magic for my daughter, some of the fluffs that we had, and of course, the Visa meet and greet issue.
Yes, so the winner is Joseph Tompto. I don't know how to say it. On Instagram, So we had Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, but Instagram got the winner this time. And his comment was, the Disney Visa card photo op fail every time. And that was a great one. Great story. If you didn't hear it, go back and listen to last week's show. And Joseph will be in touch.
Yes. Reach out to you
or reach out to us, however that works.
One way. We want to get you your stuff. So, and if you're a Visa card holder for Disney, I'm sorry that you had to hear my fail. So there you go. A lot of things, man.
Yeah.
And we do have some news we need to get to, Doug. That usually doesn't happen as much, but we have a couple things happening right now. So the first one is modifying park passes.
Yeah. So usually when we cover the news, something changes the next day. I feel safe on this one. Disney announced effective August 23rd, there are some changes to Disney World's park pass system. Not the cancellation of it, folks. Sorry. All right. First, you can now modify the date in the park without canceling a reservation. So before, say you had Magic Kingdom on this day, but you're like, I want to see if I can get into Hollywood Studios.
You know what stress that was, Doug?
You can't just even see if you can get the Hollywood Studios. You got to cancel it, then book it. They fixed that. Good job, Disney IT.
I feel like that's way late, but yay, you did it.
Now you can book park pass reservations for up to 30 guests. So if you have 30 people in your My Disney experience, you can book them for all 30. People. Well, you know, extended family travel. A lot of people do one account for everybody. It works good. But before, you could only do 12 people. I know family is bigger than that. So good job. Another.
Yeah, there you go. We're getting there.
IT. The next one's, I don't know. That's now the park pass is associated with a ticket and not a guest. And evidently that means you can choose which ticket to apply it to. So say you have different ticket types out there, you can pick where to put it and you can make more reservations with all the ticket types. And the next thing is, like, regardless of ticket type, you can now use park pass reservation systems. So before, there were some inconsistencies, they've ironed that out. And then finally, as it says in the thing here, guests can choose any email address to send the park pass confirmation details to, and is not limited to the email associated with the My Disney Experience account. So once again, that probably would help those people booking 30 instead of just 12, because it's, you know, then you can send it to like your brother-in-law, your sister-in-law, cousin Jed. They all get their own email.
That's good.
So that's that news.
We're getting there.
Yeah,
slowly but surely, not going away.
Which ticket to use?
When they say park pass news, I'm like, hey, it's done. But no, I don't think they're ever going away.
Also, you know, probably in news is they're never bringing back the dining plan.
Oh yes, we hopefully are wrong on that. Yes,
all right.
please.
Okay, other news, Derek. What's next?
Enchanted, some things have changed a little bit.
Yeah. So, or as I like to call it, you are the magic, because that's what they say over and over. They've added a tag to the beginning.
Yes, they have, with some fireworks. It's very pretty. It's all over social media.
And it's all about, you know, actual Disney nostalgia and Walt's pointing to a map, actual 50th anniversary stuff.
Feel like this should have been done when it opened.
Like something to do with the 50th. Crazy, because there's no nostalgia really in Enchanted, and this has it. Is it too little, too late? I don't know. We haven't seen it. Maybe we'll see it when we're down there. I don't know. As our schedule works now, we probably won't, because it's 2 Halloween parties, and then someone likes Harmonious, so we're seeing that.
I skipped it the last 5 trips, so
we have Harmonious scheduled for. No reason.
I'll watch it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love me some Harmonious.
Maybe we'll double check we'll see how many people
I am following you guys on this trip. So,
all right,
I will go wherever you lead me, Doug.
All right. That's scary right there. All right. That is the Walt Disney World.
There we go. A little bit of news. So speaking of the Magic Kingdom, because Enchanted has changed, and some people love to make sure that that is a must and they want to do it, the best way to do the Magic Kingdom completely thoroughly is to stay near the Magic Kingdom. And that is, of course, the monorail loop plus a couple other resorts. And those are the ones that we're going to be going over in this week's episode. We're going to be talking locations, rooms, pools, dining, the whole gambit. but these are some of the cream of the crop, the best of the best resorts that people rank on property, Doug. So let's go through them and discuss each one. And hopefully by the end of this trip, you want to book or maybe not book at one of the amazing Magic Kingdom area resorts.
They all kind of have their own pluses and minuses. Here's the list of the resorts: the Grand Floridian, Polynesian Village, Contemporary, Wilderness Lodge, and Fort Wildenress Resort and Campground. That's right. Fort Wildenress is in the Magic Kingdom resort area. You can take a boat.
Yep.
You can take a boat. It's got its own little quirks. So we'll talk about all those as we're going through. So let's talk advantages of the area just in general. And this, we got to divide in two different areas, right? On the loop and off the loop, don't you think?
Yep.
So on the loop, you have Grand Floridian, Polynesian, and Contemporary. And on the loop means you have a monorail that stops at your resort.
At those resorts. It's wonderful.
And you enjoyed that on your recent trip.
Oh, I did.
Right?
It's one of my favorites.
It is super quick to get into the Magic Kingdom on that monorail from the Poly, from the Grand Floridian. I prefer to walk from the Contemporary rather than the monorail. It's faster to walk. It's not that far. Because the monorail goes the opposite direction.
Try
now
having
getting
a
back
stroller.
is quick.
Okay.
The stroller, you just lean on it and it goes.
All right.
It's motorized, right? You let your kid push it across the traffic. So the loop is the ideal location.
Mm-hmm.
I think location, and when we say ideal, it's just for the Magic Kingdom. It stinks for all the other parts.
Absolutely. Animal Kingdom, it's going to take you half a day to get there.
Right, like pack a sandwich. It's a ways away. Now, the Epcot, you do have the monorail over there, but it's all right. It's not the greatest transportation to and from Epcot, but it's cool. So Wilderness Lodge, Fort Wildenress, they have a boat or a bus.
Yep.
And it takes a while. The boat from the Fort Wilderness or Wilderness Lodge is fine. It's not fast. Same thing with Fort Wilderness. So
and
your
it can
location,
get busy, especially early in the morning and late at night.
You can wait in line for the boat.
Yep.
The bus is probably faster, but it's just not as magical.
Yeah, I agree with that completely.
So location-wise, I would say Wilderness Lodge is one of the poor locations because you don't have convenience to anything else. Now, if you're looking for a location that's a little more remote, a little more away from the hustle and bustle, there is some advantages there that Wilderness Lodge and Fort Wilderness are the only places you're going to get it, right?
Yep. You're looking to take some non-park days, enjoy yourself, relax. I don't know what that really means.
No.
Those are great resorts to go to. You can kind of see fireworks from the corner above the trees.
You get in the right spot. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's good and bad location-wise. I think the Contemporary is one of the greatest locations if you're Magic Kingdom heavy. If you're doing a Halloween or Christmas party, it's awesome.
Walking back, it's phenomenal.
I'm already not looking forward to going back to French Quarter from the Halloween party in a couple weeks, Derek. I'm already regretting that and then getting up the next morning.
That's all I'm doing.
So that's kind of the gist of the location. To get to other parks from Fort Wildenress, though, that's a location thing, really, right? Yep. You got to take the internal bus to the bus stops.
Main bus stop. It can be a process, and there's other people there staying.
Place. So that's one of the bad things. But you get the remoteness. You get the quiet. You get the remoteness.
You got an RV, and it's perfect.
Yeah, they have a ton of RV spots, and they also have cabins, which are technically moderates.
It's like KOA, but 10 times better.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh, you've never been to a KOA? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Gonna be honest. All right. So there's kind of the advantages, disadvantages of the locations and the transportation in a nutshell. There are also boats from the Grand Floridian and the Magic Kingdom
I love
as
those
well.
Boats.
If they're sitting there at the Magic Kingdom, like if you can hop right on one, it's so much nicer.
Glorious.
Nice breeze. Yep. You get different views that you don't get anywhere else. It is something special riding the boat back and forth. So, all right, let's talk about the rooms a little bit, Derek.
A lot of different room types. A lot of different price ranges, Doug.
You can go from a little log cabin at Fort Wilderness to grand villas at Bay Lake Tower and at Grand Floridian and at the Polynesian.
Yep.
All the monorail loop and Wilderness Lodge include villas and regular standard rooms, so you have a whole gambit of options. Let's talk about some of the standard stuff, though. At Contemporary, just got done with a remodel. It's all Incredibles themed, which is actually kind of cool. I kind of like it. I wasn't so sure by the pictures, but in person, I thought it was really well done. Some of the biggest rooms on property, standard rooms, are in these resorts.
They are.
Those 3 on the loop. Because back in the day, hotel rooms were big, and these are the old, like the Polynesian and the Contemporary are opening day resorts.
Yep.
And then the campgrounds were right there too, but that's not a hotel room.
Yep.
So big rooms, very nicely appointed. The new Moana rooms at Polynesian, the standard rooms, are fantastic. Really like those. The bathrooms are phenomenal too. To steal a word from Derek, he likes to say phenomenal.
It's a good word.
Is it?
It is.
And then
I'll use it when we get to some of the dining at these resorts.
Grand Flow is undergoing and has undergone some changes, and I'm looking forward to getting back there and checking them out since the hard remodel.
Yep.
So that's on the list. And you've stayed at Wilderness Lodge, right, Derek?
Long time ago, but I've been there a few times since, and definitely one of my favorite resorts, like you said, to get away, and the rooms are great.
So they have some of the smallest rooms for deluxe because they only sleep 4. So all the other deluxes, so they have those fancy
they do
grand cabins. Yes. There's several types of cabins, not the cabins. He's not talking about the cabins at Fort Wilderness. He's talking about the cabins at Wilderness Lodge, which cost more than my home.
They do.
But
side note, that is a bucket list, not check, bucket.
That price tag, those cabins would be. The standard rooms at Wilderness Lodge only sleep 4, where the Poly, Grand Floridian, Contemporary sleep 5 and have the day bed. The rooms got an update a couple years ago. They're very wildernessy, so it's got its own style. Fort Wilderness, you got the cabin, and then of course you can bring your own room. The cabins have a weird breakdown. So in one room there's a queen bed and bunk beds, and then in the big like living room kitchen area it's a fold out couch. So we have one of those booked for November, Derek.
Oh goody. I cannot wait for that trip report.
That will be an interesting thing. So we'll be at Thanksgiving at Fort Wilderness, because when I said we've stayed everywhere except
that's the
cabins,
one place you have not.
I got harassed by a certain Debbie raises about. I'm gonna call you out on that asterisk, and I'm like, okay, fine, we'll get that asterisk.
Get it done.
Care of.
Get it done before I do. I'm not.
So the room types all over the place. Something for everybody around the Magic Kingdom, I think, is one thing. Anything I love Bay Lake Towers villas, like they're 1-bedrooms. Those are some of my favorite on property. I'll just throw that out there. Bay Lake Tower, of course, is connected to the Contemporary. It's a tower, obviously.
There you
go.
Views
Bay Lake.
That is great.
Yeah.
All of them have good views. That is something that's nice. You know, if you pay a little more, you can get the Magic Kingdom view. You can see fireworks at night. So that's one of those things that some of these rooms definitely set it apart than other rooms on property.
Yeah, and the key word you said there, Derek, was if you pay a little more,
extra.
You have to pay for your room type at Disney World. There's no lucking into the Magic Kingdom view, especially Contemporary. I mean, it's like one side of the building can, the other side cannot. But you know what you can see from the other side of the building? Epcot. And now that they have big fireworks at Epcot, that's a pretty decent view. Yeah, just saying.
There you go.
Next up, Derek, the pools at the resorts. You spent some time.
They all have pools. Every one of them.
Pools. Yep. Zero depth on the loop.
Yep.
At all of them, which I think is a great thing, the zero depth. Do you like that with your kids?
I do. I love it, especially with the youngest one still learning how to swim. Huge plus. Huge fan.
How about the water playground type area at the Poly? Did they do that splash area much?
Oh, yeah. All 3 of my kids did. They loved it. It's probably one of my favorite splash pads, that and Kidani. are two of my favorite splash pads on property, and Poly might edge it out a little bit as one of the best because it has multiple slides and a lot of fun for kids.
Yeah, and the Grand Floridian has a really good one too.
They do.
It's Alice in Wonderland themed. So we gotta get there, and you gotta have your kids check that one out. The pools are all great. The Wilderness Lodge pool actually has like a bubbling brook type thing. Starts in the lobby and it goes down really and feeds the pool. Yep. And you have a Old Faithful geyser. Water slides at all of these resorts because they're moderates and above. The Fort Wildenress pool, I can't tell you much about it. It does have a slide though.
Okay. There you go. That's all I
don't know if you know anything.
Nope, nothing.
Someone did their research today.
Not on this one.
Doug. I did my research on the dining, so
good. There you go.
The pools, they're good. They're wet. They're heated. I don't think you have any complaints. It's not beach club or yacht club, but pretty darn close for a pool. Before we move on, I want to talk about one other topic that I forgot to list here, Derek.
Ooh, what's that?
That's the overall like lobby, atrium.
Oh, okay.
Feel of the resort.
Okay. Ooh, this is a good one.
They all kind of have.
They do. I can rank them. I can rank them already. Oh, there you go.
And like the lobby, atrium.
Yep.
So let's have you rank them, and then we'll discuss.
Because I can't say Fort Wilderness because I've never.
It doesn't have. It has like a check-in building.
Yeah. So the other ones,
so it doesn't count.
I would put Wilderness Lodge number one. That check-in area, phenomenal.
Huge. It's so huge. And it's modeled after the Old Faithful Inn. If you've ever been to Yellowstone, fortunately that did not float away in the flood. It's fine. Gorgeous. The Christmas tree in there, worth the trip.
Yes, it is. The Polynesian, love that entryway, of course, iconic. And you walk into any resort, they put a lei on you, that already gives you a bonus point.
And they got Shruggy, the little totem right in there.
Yep.
And used to have a little waterfall, and I still miss the waterfall, but I think it's still very nicely done. There's a smell that you get when you go into the Poly that can unmatched.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like the Grand Floridian lobby. Huge, once again, lots of shopping, a lot of people, busy. Definitely got a good vibe and energy in there. The piano, of course, guy playing. So that's a good one. And then I'm going to put the Contemporary in last place because
this one's tricky. So the lobby stinks, right? It's just a one floor. This check-in. There's the Steakhouse 71 in the corner. But then you go up to the Grand Atrium, though.
It's good.
And it's a big open area.
You got
There's
Chef
a
Mickey's.
Monorail.
I get it. You got Chef Mickey's. Too many people taking over that whole area.
There's always been too many people in the Contemporary.
That's a true story.
I like the monorail aspect. I'm going to put it ahead of the Grand Floridian in my book, because it's in it. Where the Poly and the Grand Floridian, you got to go outside to get on the monorail.
I'll give you
on
that.
The second floor, but they're both there right off the main floor, which is cool. But yeah, the Wilderness Lodge, the fireplace, the chimney of the fireplace, it's something else. And you can go visit, if you have a rental car, it's real easy. You just drive up, say, like, it's Christmas time. We're here to check out the Christmas decorations.
And they will let you in.
They will let you in there because they have a huge parking lot. Or just say, we're going to go get some counter service at Roaring Fork. They'll let you in. Or say, we're going to check out Geyser Point. They'll let you in.
Just say we listen to Rope Drop Radio.
Right.
They'll let you
drop
in.
Our names.
Yep.
That would be the only way to get stopped. But so you can go in there, and on the side, the door you come in, there's stairs to go up, and you can go up there and look out into the lobby. You're not stuck on the ground floor, even if you're not staying there. You can go up above the entryway and look out both directions. Yep. It's really cool. So don't sleep on doing that. Get that extra view. Go up a couple floors right inside the front door. Off to the left or the right, there's some stairs. Just go up them until somebody tells you to stop. That's how I live life.
That's a good way of doing it.
That's what I was like on the Wish. I'm like, well, there's not a sign that says crew only. I'm going through. Maybe I shouldn't have a couple times.
There's some iffy questions on that one. But I do agree. These are all these resorts are amazing to tour, to go to, even when you're not staying there. Dining, of course, we'll get to. But just, check them out if you haven't been to them before.
And 10 times that advice at Christmas time.
Oh, absolutely. All these resorts are phenomenal.
If you're going to go check
up.
out Christmas resorts, the Loop and Grand Floridian, that's where you want to go if you're going to devote. Sure, beach club's cool. They have a little carousel or something.
Yeah,
but
I liked it.
These are the legit Christmas gingerbread house. You go to these, it's something special.
Yeah.
For sure. Can we talk about food now?
Please.
All right. So there's lots of table service, lots of quick service. We're not going to mention them all, but let's start table service here, Derek. What's a couple of your favorites?
Well, I mean, our favorite altogether is Ohana. I think if
Correct.
anyone who's listened to this show knows that's our favorite. I love California Grill. I actually really do like Steakhouse 71. I enjoy Roaring Fork for what it is.
Roaring Fork is
quick counter service.
Yep,
You're right, but I do enjoy it for what it is. I'm trying to think of the other one that I've eaten there a couple times.
Not Whispering Canyon.
Not Whispering.
Not on my recommended list.
Geyser Point. There you go.
Geyser
Point, one of my favorite places to both eat and drink at.
And that's like a more semi-casual, you can get on the wait list on the app, but you can also just walk right up and ask. They may get you in. We've done that several times. Bison Burger.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
There you go.
Approved by someone that's eaten bison burger grown locally.
Fancy.
Yeah. Did you know we had locally grown bison here, Derek?
I do a lot of work for a Nebraska
That's what I
bison.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's good stuff. Those are all good places. I would, I think the best character meal on the Loop is Chef Mickey's. I don't know Ohana's breakfast is quite as
1900
good.
whenever it comes back.
It's got to come back. I know it's got to
come back. That was one of the best character meals I've been at.
Period.
So hopefully it comes back.
That's the best one, period. They used to do a campfire thing at Fort Wildenress, so hopefully that comes back next year as well.
Really expensive hot dogs.
Correct. Yeah. Spoken like someone that's done it. Trails End is the sit-down restaurant at Fort Wilderness. They also have a lot of takeout, like you can get it and take it back to your RV or your cabin because you do have kitchen space. It's kind of designed for that. Other ones we didn't really mention, at the Polynesian, we love Ohana, but Kona is not like.
I've done it multiple times, and it's just why?
Almost, but not quite.
Yep.
Now, you can get some of Ohana's food at Tambu Lounge.
Yep.
So that's something to keep in mind. All these resorts have pretty good lounges. You have the Enchanted Rose.
Most disappointing lounge on property.
Super expensive.
I upset someone. I listened to another podcast the other day, Doug, where they praised the Enchanted Rose for a good 20 minutes. Yeah.
Because they didn't like their money?
I guess not. And I'm like, okay, I've given that bar 2 times, and it's 0 for 2, both in price and value and drink. And I'm like, I'm good.
We did that on our monorail loop bar crawl back in 2021, June. And you get an old-fashioned basically everywhere.
That was my old-fashioned.
Your old-fashioned cost more at the Grand Floridian Enchanted Rose than it did at the California Grill.
By like $8 or $9.
Which is insane. Yeah. And if I remember right, you like the California Grill one.
It's one of my favorite old-fashions on property.
Right. So, yeah. So also remember the bars around there. The one hotel that's really lacking that good bar you can walk up to is the Contemporary. The Outer Rim is bananas.
It is.
It's full of people waiting to go to Chef Mickey's or people that just came over from the Magic Kingdom.
I will say the bar at Steakhouse 71, phenomenal. If you can get a seat, I've actually drank there a couple times. It's really good. And a good old-fashioned.
So it's worth checking that before you go to the Outer Rim. You can't just go to the California Grill. You have to get a reservation to get up there.
Yep.
And they do have a dress code as well. So the Steakhouse 71 is a great tip, Derek. I have had great drinks with great people at the Outer Rim, though. Most recently, Chris, the concierge. That was a good time. We had a good time there. So let's talk quick service, which I think is important because the Magic Kingdom quick service is it is what it is. But you kind of don't need to eat it twice in one day. It's nice to get away from the park. These are really easy to get to, either by a boat, which is a nice little break from the Magic Kingdom, or a monorail, or your feet. Let's go through them all. Captain Cook's at the Polynesian, kind of one of the more varied menus, different than anywhere else, not just burger and chicken nuggets, is it, Derek?
No, it's good food, but terrible service. Like you said on our show.
It's slow.
It's like one person cooking back there.
It's Captain Cook.
It is. Yeah, there you go. Nailed it.
Boom. I would
Polynesian
not
flair,
be afraid.
It was good.
I would not be afraid to hit we're here, prepare our order when you're stepping off of the boat onto the property, or as the monorail's pulling up. I wouldn't do it much earlier just in case something stops and you don't get there. But once you're on foot on property, I'm here for sure. I love the noodles there, the wings, and my favorite is the nachos.
The Walt's famous chili was a lot better than I expected it to be. Because I'm a chili connoisseur.
Oh, you got that there,
yeah.
huh?
Yeah, and I was like, you cannot say famous chili. If that's in any kind of restaurant,
right?
I will go and try it because I've won some chili awards, not to brag. And I was like, it wasn't the best chili I've ever had, but it was better than what I thought Disney chili would be.
All right.
There you go.
All right.
Review.
All right. The Contempo Cafe. That's at the Contemporarian. Or Contemporary, sorry. This one is exactly cheeseburger, chicken nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything to write home about here. However, there is a confectionery area in the gift shop with caramel apples and that sort of stuff. So after a day in the park, you get out of the park, you go to the gift shop, you get your caramel apple, your fudge, that sort of stuff at the gift shop at the Contemporary. They also have good cupcakes and stuff at the Contempo Cafe. But it's just theme park food, in my opinion. There, it's nothing
Chicken
extra.
nuggets late at night for the kids.
That's
what
the thing.
Does. Yep.
Sometimes it's what you need. Then over at the Grand Floridian, where we've eaten several times, I think we've eaten at all of these for sure, except maybe one. Gasparilla Island Grill.
Yeah, been here a couple times.
They have a good burger, good grilled cheese, good chicken sandwich. Fairly straightforward menu, but it's all better.
I feel like they actually have more than one person cooking, and it's never crazy busy.
Right.
So it does flow a little bit faster for sure.
And it's a quick stop off the monorail or walk. Not a quick walk. It's a little bit longer walk than Contemporary, but it's a good way to escape the hustle and bustle.
Yep.
A little bit quieter meal. Have this and then head back over to the Magic Kingdom if you're doing a full day, or a good place to, you go to the bus stop at one of these hotels after your dinner, after your lunch, and then hop to a different park. So lots of options. But I really like Gasparilla Grill.
It's good.
It is one of the better counter services. It's right there with Captain Cook's, in my opinion. The next one might be one of my favorites, though, but I don't get to it enough. And that's Roaring Fork.
It's a good one.
Wilderness
it's hard to get
Lodge.
to a little bit.
Right. The Wilderness Lodge it's a boat ride that's not short. There's no monorail. There's no walking path. So if you're going to leave the Magic Kingdom and go back, this is not my recommendation. But if you have a car and you're out for the evening, it's easy to stop at. You can place your order, pull up, tell the guard, hey, we're going to get food. Go in, hit, we're here. Varied menu, some barbecue options. I've always liked it. Or, like we said earlier, Geyser Point is kind of in between the two categories. And it's really good. What did you get there? Like, you get like crab or something? Or
I know I got the wings the one time with my wife. That was the one swing and a miss from Geyser Point, mostly because I have my own wing recipe. But, man, what did I get? I can't remember what I got
something
with you.
Like
a brisket burger? Like, I don't know. Some stuff. No, I can't remember.
You got like a seafood thing.
I don't eat seafood, so it wasn't
that.
Me.
I'm
no.
making up stuff. Was that Alex maybe that got a seafood
him.
thing? It's all a blur. It's all a blur, Derek. It's all a blur.
I've been there a handful of times. I always get a drink there. It's one of my favorite bars on property for sure.
You can watch sports there.
You can.
If you need to watch a game, that's one of the few places on property.
Yep.
You know why we've never done a whole show on where to watch a game at Disney World?
Not that many places to watch.
5 minutes. It's like Tambu Lounge and Geyser Point.
Rick's?
Okay, we're done.
There you go. That's about
it. Rick's would have it.
Yep, I've
you don't have
Rick's.
ESPN anymore.
Yep.
And I mean, I'm not going to get into downtown or Disney Springs because by the time you go there, you could have just gone to Buffalo Wild Wings. Right? I mean, in Kissimmee or somewhere. All right, one more. The one I've never been to, but I'll try it this Thanksgiving. P&J's Southern Takeout.
Ooh, fancy.
So it's like a food truck that's not a food truck, but looks like a food truck. So there's no dining in. It's all takeout design. There's like, you can get family style meals, whole pizzas, not a slice. So it's designed for you to get your food, take it back to your cabin, take it back to your tent, take it back to your RV, that sort of stuff. Fried chicken, just like at Trails End. We'll see. Might be my Thanksgiving dinner, Derek. Who knows?
I'm intrigued by this review. Also, if you commit to it. I know you guys like switch. No, staying there.
I think we're committed at this point. Availability at Thanksgiving is a bit dicey. I know Michelle was contemplating like Beach Club or the cabin.
You got to check it off the list. Check it off. Get it done.
Different things. So there you go. I think that's the food. Don't forget you
some
get Dole Whip.
Expensive dining at
the Grand Floridian. We did not mention Victoria and Albert's, Narcoossee's, Citrico's.
How much is the chef's table?
Signature.
I mean, those things. Whew.
I think it's my mortgage.
There you go.
Yeah.
So on a list for Doug and I to do sometime. Victoria and Albert's has been on my list for a while, and every time I look at that menu, I'm like, oh, next time.
And if you haven't noticed, we're not exactly foodies. We love food, but we're not going to give you those high quality reviews. At some point, we'll have someone that knows more about food on than we do. We've had Alex on to talk about the high end dining, and we'll do our best to describe what we eat at Food and Wine in September.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. There's the Magic Kingdom resort area. There's boats. There's monorails. There's buses.
Yep. And
there's lots of food.
Well, and the other thing is there's a lot of extra activities that you can do at all these resorts that definitely help set it apart so you're not just bored. It's not like a value where it's just like literally eat, sleep, go to the parks. Like there are little tours, boat things, excursions, many
pool bars.
Pool bars.
Didn't even mention those.
No, I've been to a few of them. They're great. That is what I like about this resort is the area resorts is that they almost can force you at times to take it slow, enjoy the resort a little bit more, and not just be so go at the parks.
Mm-hmm. And it's easier when you're doing a lot of Magic Kingdom. You can hop back and forth from your room. You're not that far away. It's not going to take you an
7
hour
minutes,
to get there.
I'm pretty sure is when I left the room from the Poly to get to the Magic Kingdom.
That's pretty good karma right there, man.
It was right there. It was insane.
Just hop on the monorail.
And I'm learning not to take my backpack sometimes and just have my phone. It's charged, and I know.
Oh my gosh!
I don't have to go get dinged every time I got dinged, I got annoyed at our rope drop. Our rope drop radio buttons, by the way, guys, go off every time in the metal detector, and so I will avoid taking those to the park when I need to.
That's part of why I haven't ordered more rope drop radio buttons, because they really only work to hand out in the park.
Yep.
Like, that's their best purpose. But when you can't take them into the park...
I can take one, and I literally have one. I hold it up with my charger, and that's, I can get that one in.
Yeah, who would have known those were going to be such a problem?
But they're great, all the people that have gotten one.
There we go.
So, Doug, out of all these ones, where would you rank them? What is your ranking in order of that you've enjoyed the most to the least?
So, like... taking the whole property in perspective.
I mean, we haven't even talked about the extra night show with the lights.
Electric pageant.
Yeah.
Water pageant. Yeah. Which is just adds to the whole ambiance.
It does.
Because everybody at 10:30 at night wants "I'm a Grand Old Flag" blaring outside their room as their child drifts asleep.
I have enjoyed it from multiple places on this loop.
And I've enjoyed it from multiple spectrums in my parenting, where my kids are asleep. What the heck is that? To where my kids are like, "Hey, Dad, come out here and look at this." And I'm like,
my kids are the ones where it's like, "Hey, we're all enjoying it," but I'm about a year away from they're like, "We don't care anymore."
Well, I'm at the stage where I'm falling asleep while they're still up.
There you go.
The old man sleeping. So I like Contemporary Bay Lake. I think that's my number one, but I love the Poly, so it's kind of a dead heat. And then I'm gonna say Wilderness Lodge, then Grand Flow, and then Fort Wilderness, because the parking, the transportation, internal, it's kind of a nightmare. So to get things, you need like a golf cart, you need a car, you need feet. I'll see. Maybe it'll be the best place I've ever stayed.
Yeah, might change it up after this. We'll have to do at the end of the year, we'll have to re-go through our favorite resorts. But
yeah, how about you?
I'm putting the Poly number 1. Do love it. I will probably put Wilderness number 2, Contemporary number 3, Grand Flow I've been to, but I've actually never stayed at. I get quotes for Grand Flow, and then I move somewhere else. So, and then Fort Wildenress, I have no desire to camp on property. Unless, the only way I stay at Fort Wildenress is if, like, touring plans is like, we're going to mess with Doug and Derek and put them in a tent or a cabin.
I'm worried. Don't give them that idea. Don't.
Well, you're already getting it for November, so I guess I'm clear.
Well, that's a cabin, though. We're staying in a cabin.
Okay, we're not staying in a tent. Yeah.
Not a tent, not an RV. It's a cabin.
I don't have an RV.
I don't either, but you can rent an RV and then rent a spot. And at that point, it's like, why not just stay in a hotel?
We gave a shout out to that like a few months back. If any of our listeners have ever done Fort Wilderness tent or RV, please let us know. That might be a show. Like, I've been curious about this for years. Let us know if that's you. We might talk to you, have you on, or at least I just want to message you.
Just message our question.
I'm so curious about it because it's just been on my list of things of who does that.
You know, at Thanksgiving, I'll get chatty with people. I'll find us the right person that comes and stays for the month.
Yeah.
Like Thanksgiving through Christmas. Those people are there. They decorate. There's lights up. I can't wait.
Okay.
I better reserve my golf cart now.
I like it. All right. Well, there you go. So we want to hear from you guys. What is your favorite resort in the area? What have you stayed at? What have you wanted to stay at? What dining did we miss or say the wrong thing? Are you mad at me and turned it off because you're a big Enchanted Rose fan? Because, wow, there are a lot of them. I apologize. I upset you. I'm a Tambu Lounge kind of guy. Actually, Trader Sam's kind of guy now. But a lot of great things that you can do in these resorts. We didn't even talk about gift shops, Doug. These are some of the best gift shops.
The Poly gift shop.
Insane. All of them. Yeah. All of them are great. And I've probably bought stuff. In fact, I can say without a doubt, I've bought stuff in all these gift shops. They're some of the greatest ones. So a lot of great things to do, see, have fun, of course. So let us know what you love to do. And if you want to book any of these resorts, you're going to have to go to touringplans.com/travel, scale down to Rope Drop Radio and book one of them. Hey, maybe book one for our trip in a couple weeks. Or whenever we do a trip next year. So hopefully we're staying with you if we do that. But yeah, these are great resorts. Definitely check them out. But we are going to get to the Patreon show. Thank you so much to all of our Patreons for supporting Rope Drop Radio. And of course, please leave a review because next week we'll be doing our special 400 giveaway. Thank you guys so much for support. And so for Doug, I'm Derek. You've been listening to Rope Drop Radio.